Hey guys, it's Cho and I'm back with another video. Before I get started into today's topic, I know we're all kind of reeling from the news that we just heard recently. I want to shout out to my good Judy, dear friend, Jacques Peterson, who graciously allowed me to guest host his podcast recently. It was a bonus podcast. The podcast is titled Unpopular with Jacques Peterson. We discussed the breakup of the Frenemies podcast. We talked about why Trisha Paytas is really awful, and also we gave a lot of good details about the contract or lack thereof that they had, and kind of like the beginning of the end of the Frenemies podcast. In that podcast episode, I also did some calculations about how much on average their podcast made per month. You might be surprised by how much they made.
Are you kidding me?
Now, I'll be leaving some links down below in the description box on how you can listen to that podcast episode. It would do me the biggest favor if you go and listen to it. And I'm sure you've heard the news and you want to know my opinion. If you want to know my opinion from the video before where I talked about Trisha Paytas, you'll definitely hear an hour worth of my opinion on this podcast. So thank you so much. I love you guys so much. Now, moving on to today's topic, we're talking about Paula's choice. Now, I like to do this with all my videos. If I'm coming into a video with some bias, I like to always admit that from the jump, like right off the bat. You girls are not going to clock me for being, oh my God, Cho's biased. Oh my God, Cho's just, on the payroll. Da-da-da-da-da. You're not going to clock me with that because I'm going to tell you right from the jump, I'm biased, okay? Paula's Choice, along with Even Prime, are my two favorite skincare brands. I love both of the company's ethos. I love their dedication towards transparency. And so just keep that in mind. Paula's Choice is about transparency. I want to be transparent as well. If you go onto my blog, I've written tons of posts about Paula's Choice and why they are my choice when it comes to skincare. That being said, I am on their PR list. Then again, it's been 9 months since I got my last package and there's been some new releases. So Paula's people, do I gotta call Paula's people to get me back on the PR list? Have I been excommunicated of Paula's Choice? I don't know. Anyway, hint hint, I need that new discoloration repair serum. How about you send me that?
Now, let's talk about that.
Okay, anyway, enough of that. The tea is that Unilever is in talks of purchasing Paula's Choice for allegedly, is it $2 billion? I hope that's the right number that I saw. But allegedly, I have my receipts over here. I gotta bring the receipts. Allegedly, it is $2 billion. Who is Unilever? I bet you're wondering. Well, first off, it is a gigantic conglomerate that owns a lot of different brands that you already probably have heard of and or purchased from. Dove, Axe body spray. We hope they go out of business soon, right? We have, what else? Ben & Jerry's ice cream, Hellmann's, Lipton. They own a lot of different brands. The reason why Unilever is probably so interested in Paula's Choice is because they're a very lucrative brand. And they have a lot of potential to make them even more money than what they're making. Paula's Choice is known to be a very strong brand when it comes to digital marketing. Online, social media marketing is Paula's Choice's specialty. They don't need storefronts. They don't need physical locations. And they're dominating the market that way. I don't know if you guys knew this. I think this kind of flew under the radar. But this year, Paula's Choice is actually allegedly considering IPO. What that means is that they are potentially going to be on the stock market exchange where you can actually invest your money into their brand. That's huge. Not many companies can actually do that. And so they have a lot of money that they have access to. I think they're trying to raise $300 million to do that IPO. We'll see how that goes. So Unilever wants a piece of that pie, and that's why they're interested. Now, what could this mean for Paula's Choice? There's some pros and there's some cons. Now, obviously the pros are going to be more access to consumers. We just saw that Paula's Choice was entered into the Sephora marketplace recently. With a partnership like with Unilever, they're going to have more access to many more locations. I'm even envisioning that they'll have access to drugstores. So just imagine having Paula's Choice, at your local drugstore, where you don't have to go and order and wait a couple weeks to receive your products. You can just go to Walgreens and there you go. You've got Paula's Choice right there. Another pro is that, they may streamline the brand a little bit. Now, I may love Paula's Choice, but no skincare company is perfect. And one of my biggest pet peeves with the brand is just their massive collection. It can be a little bit overwhelming, especially for people that are not familiar with the brand. Which line do I choose? Do I go with the Defense line? Do I go with the Resist line? What do I do? And so I think that with a big brand like Unilever, they're gonna just start discontinuing some of the products, okay? If the Defense line's not doing well, you may see that go by the wayside. Now, on the flip side, that can also be a con. If one of your favorite products ends up getting canned, then you're gonna be pretty pissed off. If one of your holy grail products ends up disappearing off the shelves, you may not be too happy about that. Now, another thing that I'm not looking forward to being a possibility is trendy products coming into the marketplace for Paula's Choice. Paula's Choice has always been about simplistic, science-driven results put into products. Now, yes, they do have a couple eye creams, which we know we don't need. Listen to that video if you want me to show you we don't need eye creams. They have some of those, but for the most part, Paula's Choice is not going to be giving the girls sheet masks. They're not into that type of business. They just want to give you stuff that is going to work, simple for the routine, high efficacy, and that's that. Another thing that I'm kind of concerned about is, what's going to happen to the company culture? What's going to happen to the employees? Will they be affected negatively? Will there be layoffs? I have a partner who is, should I talk about his business? Let me not talk about his business online. But basically, his company has acquired other businesses before. Sometimes they get laid off. Sometimes everything's perfect. It's kind of a toss-up depending on what the contract is like and, just what the future holds and what the new parent company has in store for that company. They just want to squeeze out profits, then, that may not be the best thing. You want to have a parent company that's going to come in and really just try to keep what is positive going forward and to maximize it, to optimize it. That's the purpose of a bigger company acquiring a smaller company, to enhance what's already there. And I hope that employees don't get caught in the crossfire in that way. Now, I'm always excited for Paula's Choice. I think they've had a really strong couple years, and while I'm not overly concerned, it's still something that's going to loom over the heads of both consumers and employees the same. Now, I feel kind of stupid because I have spoken to several employees from Paula's Choice, and I didn't get their opinion to mention their comments in this video, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to respect their privacy and not mention that.
I hold a lot in the vault, honey.
But I will say that after speaking to a handful of employees, it's a pretty mixed perception. I'll just say that. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm confident that Paula's Choice is going to pull through and become bigger and better than expected. But I want to know what you guys think. Are you excited about this acquisition? Are you not excited about it? Do you think the products are going to change? Do you think they're going to raise the prices? There's a lot that can happen with an acquisition, and it's a little nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little nerve-wracking, but I'm excited. I'm anxious. They're rumored to have this acquisition take place in the third quarter, so sometime in the fall, maybe leading into the winter to be finalized. And the IPO was rumored to have happened this year too, so there could be a lot of big news coming up for Paula'S Choice. Now, to end this video, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I got a haircut. I'm not looking like a drowned, harassed rat anymore, and all my blonde hair is basically gone. Your opinion. What color should I dye my hair next? Leave a comment down below and let me know. What color should I dye my hair next? I have a couple ideas myself, but I want to know from you. Don't forget, guys, to like this video for clear skin, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.